Your doctor has been lying to you. Not intentionally, not maliciously, but the information he gives you about your blood vessels is already 10 years out of date. And right now, while you watch this, your arteries are paying the price. And no cholesterol test in the world will ever show you what is actually happening inside them. While you are listening, hit subscribe and like, because what I'm about to tell you next will change the way you eat forever. Let me tell you about Harold, 72 years old, retired engineer from Chicago, disciplined man, took his statins every morning, avoided red meat, walked 30 minutes a day. His cholesterol numbers were perfect. His doctor was proud of him. And then one Tuesday morning, Harold woke up and could not feel his left foot. Not pain, not tingling, nothing. Just absence. Like his foot had quietly decided to stop being part of his body. His vascular specialist ran every standard test. Cholesterol, normal. Blood pressure, controlled. Triglycerides, fine. And yet the imaging stopped the specialist cold. Harold's arteries were not clogged. They were dying from the inside. The protective lining was completely gone. Harold sat in that office, a man who had done everything right, and heard 4 words that changed his life. We almost missed it. Here is how we got to this point. In 1961, the Framingham Heart Study declared cholesterol the primary enemy of your heart. Statins became the most prescribed drug in human history. Entire generations were told, lower your cholesterol and you are safe. But researchers quietly discovered a devastating problem in the 1990s. Nearly half of all heart attack victims had perfectly normal cholesterol. The science had been chasing the wrong enemy for 50 years. And while medicine argued, a completely different destruction was happening inside your vessels, invisible, unmeasured, and ignored. That destruction has a name. And it is the reason Harold, and millions like him, are losing despite doing everything right. By age 65, most adults have lost 40 to 60% of their glycocalyx. Not because of cholesterol, because of 5 specific destroyers. We are counting them down, from dangerous to devastating. What is the first thing you put in your body every morning? Hold that thought. Number 5, chronic low-grade dehydration. This sounds insultingly simple, but the mechanism is anything but. When your body is even 2% below optimal hydration, a level that produces 0 thirst, your blood viscosity increases and your red blood cells lose their ability to squeeze through the smallest capillaries feeding your fingers, toes, and peripheral nerves. Nobody connects this. Dehydration strips the glycocalyx within hours, not days, hours. A study from the University of Connecticut found adults over 60 with optimal hydration showed 31% better peripheral blood flow. Do you drink water first thing every morning? Drop your answer in the comments. Number 4. This one will make you genuinely angry. Your daily antibacterial mouthwash is destroying one of the most critical steps in nitric oxide production. The bacteria on your tongue convert dietary nitrates into nitrites, the essential first step toward the molecule that dilates your blood vessels. Mouthwash kills everything indiscriminately. Studies from the University of Plymouth found adults using it twice daily showed a 24% reduction in plasma nitrite levels within 1 week. 1 week. Harold used mouthwash every single morning for 20 years. So do most of you watching this right now. Combined with glycocalyx damage from dehydration, you are not dealing with 2 small problems. You are dealing with a compounding, silent collapse happening every morning in your own bathroom. Now, I need to warn you about something. The destroyer at number 2 is not a bad habit. It is not junk food. It is not alcohol. It is a small orange prescription bottle sitting on your medicine cabinet shelf right now. Your doctor gave it specifically to protect your heart. You take it every morning without question. And research published 18 months ago suggests it may be doing the exact opposite of everything you both believed. I will name it, I will show you the data, but you need number 1 first, because without it, number 2 will not make complete sense. Keep watching. Number 3, fragmented sleep. Not short sleep, fragmented sleep. The difference is everything. When your sleep is interrupted, even briefly, your body releases cortisol and inflammatory cytokines. Each single surge is a direct chemical attack on your glycocalyx. Researchers at the University of Chicago found adults over 65 with fragmented sleep showed vascular damage equivalent to 10 additional years of aging. Same total hours, completely different biological outcome. 10 years added to your arteries, while you believed you were healing. Do you wake up regularly between 2 and 4 in the morning? Harold did. Every single night for 3 years. He thought it was just aging. It was not. And what I reveal at number 1 will explain exactly why and how to stop it. 3 destroyers down, 2 remaining. And Harold's story does not end in that office. What comes next will change how you see your own recovery. Comment "sleep" below if you want a full video on sleep and vascular repair. You always decide what I cover next. 2 destroyers remain. And the one at number 2 is going to make you question every single conversation you have ever had with your doctor about protecting your heart. But first, Harold, because his story is about to take a turn that changes everything. After that appointment, Harold's vascular specialist did something unusual. Instead of adding another prescription, he asked Harold one question. He said, "What do you take every single morning without fail?" Harold listed everything: statins, blood pressure medication, and then he said it. The one thing he had been taking for 11 years because his previous cardiologist had told him it was essential for anyone his age with cardiovascular risk. The specialist went quiet. Then he pulled up a study on his computer and turned the screen toward Harold. What Harold read in that moment sent a cold feeling through his entire body that had nothing to do with his circulation. Number 2. Low-dose daily aspirin. For decades, low-dose aspirin was the golden standard of cardiovascular prevention. Entire populations over 60 were told, take 1 baby aspirin every morning and you are protected. Aspirin thins the blood. It prevents clots. What could possibly go wrong? Here is what they did not tell you. A landmark trial called Aspirin followed 19,000 adults aged 70 and older for nearly 5 years. Published in the New England Journal of Medicine in 2018, adults taking daily aspirin showed 0 measurable reduction in cardiovascular events compared to placebo, but the aspirin group showed a significant increase in major bleeding events, including hemorrhagic stroke. And most critically, aspirin directly damages the glycocalyx with every single dose, the very protective coating we have been discussing, the one Harold had already lost 60% of. He had been eroding it further every single morning for 11 years while believing he was protecting himself. Are you currently taking daily aspirin? Before you do anything, talk to your physician directly about the Aspirin trial data. Do not stop any medication without medical guidance. But have that conversation. Many doctors have not reviewed this data. And now, I want you to stop for a moment. Everything on this list so far, the mouthwash, the dehydration, the sleep, the aspirin, all of it is serious. All of it is real. But number 1 is different. Number 1 is the reason all of the others cause so much damage in the first place. And when I tell you what it is, you will understand why no supplement, no diet change, and no prescription can fully work until this is addressed first. Number 1. The destroyer at the top of this list is not a product. It is not a habit you can simply stop. It is a biological mechanism that begins accelerating silently inside your body after the age of 55, and almost nobody is talking about it publicly, despite researchers documenting it for over a decade. It is called endothelial senescence, the progressive and accelerating cellular aging of the very cells lining your vessels. Here is what happens. Your endothelial cells, the ones that produce nitric oxide and maintain the glycocalyx, divide and renew throughout your life. But after decades of inflammation, fragmented sleep, and aspirin erosion, they begin entering senescence. They stop dividing. They do not die. They stay in place, release inflammatory signals, and poison the healthy cells around them. Scientists have a name for them: zombie cells, alive, not functioning, destroying everything around them. By age 70, an estimated 30 to 40% of the endothelial cells lining your blood vessels are senescent. Not dead, not healthy. Zombie. And here is what makes this number one. Everything else we discussed, dehydration, mouthwash, fragmented sleep, aspirin, all of them accelerate endothelial senescence. They feed the zombie cell population. They make the destruction compound in a way no single intervention can address unless senescence itself is targeted. This is exactly what Harold's specialist showed him on that screen. Not just damaged arteries, an entire vascular system where the workforce responsible for repair had been systematically replaced by cells that had stopped working and started actively destroying. Harold looked at that screen for a very long time without saying a single word. Then he asked one question. Can this actually be reversed? The answer is yes, partially, specifically, and the science behind it is extraordinary. Through mechanisms that researchers have only begun identifying in the last 6 years, involving specific dietary compounds that selectively clear senescent cells from vascular tissue. Compounds that are not pharmaceutical. Compounds sitting in grocery stores right now, completely unrecognized for what they are capable of doing. Harold started using them 4 months after that appointment. His 6-month imaging showed measurable improvement in endothelial function for the first time in years. His specialist used one word that Harold had not heard in a very long time. Progress. What are those compounds? That is exactly what the next video covers. And I want you to tell me something before then. Of the 5 destroyers, dehydration, mouthwash, fragmented sleep, aspirin, and endothelial senescence, which one shocked you most? Comment the number below, because your answer will determine exactly how deep I go in the next video. Harold is not finished, not by a long way, and neither, not even close, are you.